meeting to order. All rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, all members are present. Approval of the agenda. Is there any changes?
I'd like to remove 7E. Give plus one for Mark Lee.
7E?
Yes.
Okay. Any other changes?
That should
Corrections?
save us some money, actually, then.
Council have any? Do I have a motion to approve the agenda with that change?
Motion to approve.
I'll
Motion
second.
by Heidi, second by Diane. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. Approval of the minutes, August 20th, 2018 special budget workshop and the November 21st, 2018 regular meeting. You all received them in your packet. Is there any corrections, changes?
I was not present during that meeting.
Which
The budget
Special
workshop.
budget? Okay,
Yeah, I'm listed as being present here.
okay. You can have that removed.
I was with you in spirit, but
It's usual.
just not,
You got that change? Okay.
yeah.
Any other changes or anyone need clarification? Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the August 20th, 2018 special budget meeting and the November 21st, 2018 regular meeting with that change in the August 20th?
So moved.
Motion by Dave. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Heidi. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. This now brings us to our public open forum. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to the council? Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? Call a third time. Is there anyone here that would like to speak to the council? Seeing no one, our public open forum is now closed. We will now go into reports and presentations. Liability property insurance renewal. Mark?
Back again this year, talk about the insurance for the city. First thing I'd like to do is just do a quick recap of what's trending in the insurance for next year. I had some budget numbers that look higher, but after I received the report yesterday of the actual rates, the property casualty program looks like they're gonna have 0 increase, or at least be less than 1%. The auto has been pretty stable. There may be some adjustments. I think the police cars will be a little higher, but the fire trucks will be lower. It'll probably be, again, a flat increase for the auto limits. And the municipal liability looks like it'll be flat again, maybe 1%. Work comp, I saw trending to be more like 6 to 8%, but they announced just lately that they're going to have a 1% increase for average for work comp. So it looks to be like last year, another flat year, and we shouldn't see really much change in the premiums. The next thing we talk about every year is the waiving of the statutory limits. And I sent a packet for you to review how that works. And you decide every year whether you want to waive or not, whether to waive or not to waive. In the past, we have waived the statutory limits, and We have the umbrella policy also, and in the past, we've always had the umbrella policy, and that's $8,621 a year. That increases the limit to an additional $1 million. When we look at the chart,
Page 20, that page 20 in your packet.
we look at all of the limits that are paid. So, if the city does not have excess coverage, they do not waive the statutory limits. On a limited liability claim, which statutory limits apply, we have $500,000 that would be per occurrence and 1.5 million total. And on a liability claim in which the statutory limits do not apply, it'd be $2 million. If you have the excess coverage and you did not waive, and you waive the statutory limits, you have $2 million per occurrence and $2 million for total recovery, a total of $2 million. If you have excess, $1 million of excess coverage and do not waive the limits, they could recover $500,000. The total, maximum total amount that all claimants would recover in a single occurrence would be $1.5 million. And on all liability claims to which the statutory limits do not apply, you would get $3 million. If you have $1 million of excess, the umbrella, and you waive the statutory limits, the single maximum amount claim to recover would be $3 million, and the maximum single occurrence for every player would be $3 million. And on liability claims in which the statutory limits do not apply, you can also cover $3 million. Talk a little bit about there's 4 good reasons in which cities would strongly consider carrying the excess coverage. We've always carried that, and excess coverage is available in $1 million increments up to $5 million. We've always taken the $1 million. Statutory report limits either do or do not remain, and that applies to several types of claims. These claims would be claims under the federal civil rights laws, claims for tort liability that the city has assumed by contract, claims for actions in another state, claims based on liquor sales, which doesn't pertain, claims based on taking theory. So another area is the primary liability coverage has annual limits on coverage for a few specific risks. If you look on table 1 on that first page, those are other limits. And those for products, utilities, data breach, EMF, light pollution, mold, is $3 million. Employer's liability of $1.5 million. Land use risk litigation is $1 million. Activities outside an organization is $100,000. There's also, the city may require by contract to carry higher coverages, and there may be more than one political subdivision covered under the city's coverage. In your case, it's the HRA, EDA. So, questions?
Council have any questions? Comments? This is something we go review every year, so for some of us, it's a repeat.
So basically tonight, we always carry the excess. I don't know if you decide that every year, but you have to decide tonight is whether or not you're going to waive the torts. It's statutory tort.
Okay. Yep. No questions? Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
5B, EDA report. Vicki?
Is this on?
No. Doesn't sound like it.
Does it sound like a computer, Mike? Okay. I don't know, the light is on, so maybe you'll have to talk loud. I'll try.
Probably.
Okay. So, this is the meeting of the EDA report. The EDA met in regular session today. They had several items on their agenda. They discussed the billing fees for the creation of TIF District 1-12. They also learned that one of our revolving loan funds has been repaid in full. And then also they discussed the balance of the information on the balance that is in the EDA fund and the revolving loan fund for lending back out for low interest loans. They did recommend no sale of the city's residential property due to the incompatible use that was proposed for that property that is up by Kate's Estates. They are recommending payment of the 2018 TIF payment, which is later on your agenda. They discussed potential future development at the Info Center. We've had another inquiry on that. They discussed the new plat for the railroad property. We're beginning the platting process for the twin homes that are proposed to go in there. They did receive payment in full on one of the SCDP loans, which was the small city grant money from back in 2006, and that another one of those has been paid. So then they also looked at the balance available in that loan fund. So we do have two different types of loan funds now that we are able to loan for either kind of a fix-up type fund in a certain downtown area, and then also the revolving loan fund for like manufacturing type economic development processes. So that was with the activities of the EDA. They do have the one action item later on the agenda.
Questions? Comments? Okay. Park Board report?
Okay, the park board met in regular session yesterday, December 4th. They did receive updated campground revenue expense report for 2018 because that is over for the year. They received an updated report on the dog park. They had enough fundraising was accomplished to allow completion of the park with volunteers, city staff, materials on hand from prior projects, and new materials purchased. So we have the gates, I think, need to be installed yet, and we did order some signage, otherwise it's ready to go. They did talk about options for replacement of the wood play structure at J.C. Park. They recommend that the city council approve replacement of the Challenge Fitness Park in the Splash Pad Park, and that'll actually be an agenda item at the next meeting. They approved providing ongoing maintenance to donated sun stations at the Splash Pad Park, and what those are is they're kind of like you'd have soap dispenser in a bathroom. This is a sunscreen dispenser in a bathroom, and that got a splash pad. And then they discussed application for safe routes to school for a planning grant. That'll be at the next city council meeting. They recommend no change to the fee schedule for 2019, no change to meeting dates and times for 2019. They did thank Eagle Scouts for the job well done for the benches in the Sinclair Lewis Park playground. And the outdoor rink to be flooded December 5th, which is today. This is the first year we'll be utilizing a rink liner that is provided by Blue Lakes Plastic. So, activities of the park board. Do you have any questions?
Questions? Concerns? Okay. Thank you. Then move on to our public hearing that we have tonight. We will recess the regular meeting and convene our public hearing. We have a public hearing before us this evening regarding the Truth in Taxation 2019 budget. It is our intention that everyone has the opportunity to be heard. If you wish to speak, please sign in on the sign-up sheet at the back of the room. The procedure is as follows. We'll have presentation by staff, followed by questions of staff, then public input. Raise your hand when recognized by the mayor. Approach the podium and state your name and address for the record. State your comments and position. No one will be allowed to speak a second time until everyone has had a chance to be heard. First, we will hear questions for clarification. Secondly, public in favor of the proposal. And third, public speaking against the proposal. After everyone who wishes to speak has had the opportunity to be heard, the hearing will be closed. After closure of the public hearing, the council will deliberate and take action as appropriate. Members of the audience do not participate in the council's discussion unless a majority of the council concedes to hear additional information or questions. The hearing is now in session. Vicki?
Okay, I'll start by just a little bit of an explanation of the final budget and levy. The budget presented to you that you did receive under separate cover represents changes to the adopted preliminary budget that we adopted in September due to change in health insurance premiums, dental insurance, HSA contributions, and there was some expenditure adjustments to reflect new maintenance contracts. This resulted in a change in the general fund, leaving a revenue versus expenditure shortfall of $56,000. This is a change from the initial proposed shortfall of $192,000, which was further adjusted at the preliminary budget workshop. The City Council asked that a levy increase to cover the city's share of the bond payment for bond issue 2018A and a 2.8% increase for operations be certified as the preliminary levy. This resulted in an overall change in the city's tax rate from 47.998 to 49.038. This is a 2.17% overall increase in the rate. This was the rate that was applied to everybody's property values sent to the property owners in the last few weeks. Property values that stayed flat would see that 2.17% increase in the city's share. Values that increased would see a larger increase, of course, because they're basing that rate on a higher property value. The budget that is presented does include several proposed transfers that could be reduced or eliminated at year end to close any resulting shortfall if the council elects to approve the budget and levy as presented. I don't know if you have any specific questions. I did put the tax rate trends in the packet. You'll see we rank right in the middle of all the other cities in the county. And then also had the revenues versus expenditures for you to look at, and then the updated budget.
Questions? Comments? Basically, on the tax rate trends, we are about 24% or 24% underneath what it was in 2012. So we've come a long way. We have had to increase a little bit due to infrastructure repairs. So, any other comments, questions? Okay, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to the council or speak on this point? Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or against? Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor or against? Seeing no one, is there anyone else on the council have any last minute questions? Seeing no one, our public hearing is now closed. We will now reconvene our regular council meeting. We'll move on to action items. 7A, approve waiver of 2 limits and purchase of excess liability insurance.
Okay, this is the what Mark was speaking about earlier. The city council should make a determination if you wish to waive or not waive the statutory tort limits on liability claims from the city's insurance, and also if you wish to purchase that excess liability umbrella. The effect, of course, would take us to the $3 million amount that someone could recover in the event of a claim. In the past, we have waived the limit and we have purchased $1 million of excess liability insurance. The cost of, like Mark said, of waiving is $832 a year, and the cost of purchasing the excess liability is $8,621 a year. And this is already included in the budget that was presented for you tonight. So I guess the question in front of you tonight is whether to approve or not approve the waiver and the purchase of the umbrella.
Comments? Questions? Seeing nothing or hearing anything, do I have a motion to approve to waive the monetary limits on municipal tort liability established under Minnesota Statute 466.04 and to purchase in an excess liability insurance umbrella for an additional $1 million?
So moved.
A motion by Keith,
I'll second.
second by Heidi, Diane. Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7B, approve resolution 2018-98 adopting 2019 budget.
So the city council, you received the budget, which we spoke about earlier, which is updated with the revised numbers. The time of the preliminary budget meeting, we took it from 192 down to 150, and now this takes it, or a gap, now this takes it down to a $56,000 gap. You can choose to make additional reductions to the budget tonight, or you can adopt as presented with the understanding that it isn't 100% balanced, and work to close that gap throughout the year by underspending, delaying purchases, reducing transfers to the sinking fund, or generating additional revenues. So there's a lot of different ways we can cover that. And so what we're asking tonight, if you decide to adopt the budget as presented, is approve Resolution 2018-98, adopting the 2019 budget for all funds.
Questions? Comments? I think usually during the year, the council's always come up with some way of cutting or adjusting the budget, so.
Well, there's lots of
56
discretionary
Yes.
transfers.
56,000 sounds like a lot of money, but when it comes to council decisions, we usually can,
That's probably about the lowest it's been in,
right,
yeah.
right. So, any other comments or questions? Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2018-98 adopting the 2019 budget for all funds?
So moved.
Motion by Heidi, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Last minute questions? Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7C, approve resolution 2018-99 approving the 2019 levy.
Okay, so one part of the proposed 2019 revenue budget is the property tax levy. The attached resolution proposes to adopt in final form the same levy as was presented for the preliminary levy. So this is the preliminary, it'll be adopting the final, I should say, property tax levy collectible in 2019 for $1,834,924.
Questions?
That's a percentage of what? What's the percentage?
Of the increase was 2.8,
2.8.
of the 2.8 for the general.
Okay.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2018-99 adopting 2019 property tax levy?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane, we have a second?
Second.
Second by Heidi. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7D, approve pay request number 6, Kramer Excavating.
So Kramer Trucking and Excavating has submitted their 6th and final pay application for the airport runway project. The total project bid with the approved change orders for Kramer was $2,011,213. We did get the contract completed for $1,949,990. So about $60,000 under budget for that project. We have paid them to date $1,910,000, leaving a balance due of $38,999.80. After we pay this will be the final bill for the project. It'll be submitted to the FAA, and they will be turning that around, and we will be receiving the balance of the funds that we are owed back, about $260,000. The FAA is still holding of our funds to pay us upon the closeout. So then that will make that project complete. So we're looking to approve the pay application number 6 to Kramer Trucking and Excavating in the amount of $38,999.80.
Comments? Do I have a motion to approve the application number 6 to Kramer Trucking and Excavating in the amount of $38,999.80?
So moved.
Motion by Keith,
I'll second.
second by Diane. Last minute comments? Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7F, approve resolution 2018-100 approving accounts receivable adjustments.
So each year, the city council sends uncollected accounts to collections or assesses them to property taxes, and there's some incidental write-offs or corrections. And I did include to you the following accounts recommended to be written off the books and sent to various areas of collection, and the certified to taxes one you'd already taken action on. Although the state of Minnesota one included 2 lots that have been sold, and the new owner came in and paid the assessments on those. So that state of Minnesota one will be reduced to $269. And we're going to have a total, grand total to be written off of $3,483.51. So that's Resolution 2018-100.
Questions?
What did you say, Vicki, the grand total was with that correction?
It'll be $3483.51.
Okay.
Questions, comments? This here's another, usually year-end bookkeeping, cleanup. Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-100, removing accounts as receivables and sending to collections and certifying to taxes?
So moved.
Motion by Heidi, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Diane. Last minute questions? Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. Approval, renewal of senior dining agreement with Catholic Charities.
So in 2010, the city entered into an agreement with Catholic Charities for the use of the Senior Center for Senior Dining and Meals on Wheels. In exchange for use of the facilities, Catholic Charities reimbursed the city for added cleaning and refuse removal. It began at $225 per month. Last year, it was raised to $275 per month. And what they do is they reimburse us for the cleaning and the extra cleaning and the extra garbage removal. The board, the Senior Center Board, is recommending that the council approve a 3% increase for 2019, which would take it to $283.25. And then I spoke with the coordinator, and she wondered if we could just round it to an even $285. So that's why I left the line blank for you guys to plug in the amount. But the recommendation is to increase it by that amount for the reimbursement for 2019.
Questions, comments? And Dave, you sit on that board.
Yep.
Anything to add to that, or?
Only that we thought we'd try to avoid what has happened in the past where you don't raise it for, 10 years
Yeah.
and
Right.
then you really raise it.
Yeah, okay, that only makes sense. Okay. Any other comments? Do I have a motion to approve the agreement with Catholic Charities for the use of the senior center for senior dining and Meals on Wheels with an expense reimbursement rate to $285 per month?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. Approve Resolution 2018-101, approving the application of LPW Endeavors LLC, doing business as the Bear Trap, for a transfer of an on-sale, off-sale, and Sunday liquor license located at 43356 County Road 112.
The city's received an application for a transfer of the liquor license, and this would be at the Bear Trap. And we have received the $100 transfer fee, the insurance liability, and the workers' compensation documents. The liquor license annual fee is prorated between the buyer and the seller, so we weren't going to get involved in that. And the effective transfer date is January 2nd, 2019. So what they're just looking for today is for the city to approve the transfer by Resolution 2018-101.
Comments? Questions? Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-101, approving the application of LPW Endeavors LLC, doing business as the Bear Trap, for a transfer of an on-sale, off-sale, and Sunday liquor license located at 43356 County Road 112?
So moved.
We have a motion by Keith. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Heidi. Last minute comments or concerns? Call the question. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7I, cigarette license, LPW Endeavors LLC.
And we have received also an application and fee has been submitted by LPW Endeavors, and this is for a cigarette license for the Bear Trap. Cigarette licenses don't transfer, you just have to buy a new one. So he has provided us all the documentation that we need to do that, and so we're looking to approve the request for the cigarette license for the Bear Trap.
Questions, concerns? Would that be a prorated?
No,
Oh, I wouldn't,
No.
okay. I was thinking when we renew, it was usually in the middle of the year.
we renew July 1st.
Okay.
But the cigarette license cigarettes licenses don't have a proration figure or feature.
Okay, all right. Any other questions or comments? Do I have a motion to approve the request for a cigarette license to LPW Endeavors LLC, doing business as the Bear Trap?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7J, approve resolution 2018-102, adopting electronic payment policy.
The city has been receiving funds electronically for several years. In certain instances, we also can make electronic payments such as payroll. Minnesota statute allows payment of most city claims via electronic means now. So the attached resolution defines a proposed policy outlining how those payments are to be made. The city, basically what it happens is we push payments out to people's accounts rather than writing them a check. So that's really what this does. If vendors can sign up for that, if a vendor signs up for it and they want us to do that, we can electronically send the money directly to their account. Then there's controls are in statute and they are outlined in the policy here. So what this is a resolution authorizing electronic funds transfer transactions. The city council still has approval. It works the same as on paper. It's just that it eliminates the need to write checks. We just push the money out and they get it the same or the next day. So we're asking for approval of resolution 2018-102.
Questions, comments? Basically the way of the time.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2018-102, adopting electronic funds transfer policy?
So moved.
A motion by Keith, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7K, approve rate increase for fire department chiefs.
The fire chief, assistant chiefs, and the secretary treasurer of the fire department, they're paid a nominal rate for their services. This rate has remained unchanged since 2016. For 2019, the department is requesting approval of the following. It's an annual rate. The chief from $3,500 to $4,000. The assistant chief, second chief, and secretary treasurer from $550 to $600. So what we're looking for is to approve the rate increase for the chief, the first and second assistant chiefs, and the secretary treasurer.
Comments? I take it that was included in the budget, right?
Yes, it was.
Do I have a motion to approve rate increase for chief, first and second assistant chiefs, and secretary treasurer?
So moved.
Motion by Heidi, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7L, approve resolution 2018-103, authorizing sales tax.
So this is the resolution requesting the imposition of the sales tax. The voters at the November 6th general election voted on and passed a local option sales tax for the city of Sauk Center for infrastructure purposes, mainly the reconstruction of Trunk Highway 71, proposed for construction in 2024. The city passed a resolution authorizing the question be placed on the ballot earlier in the year. Now that it is passed, the council needs to pass a new resolution requesting legislation be passed. And once that's passed, then we adopt an ordinance, and then we have to request the Department of Revenue to move forward with it. So this resolution here authorizes the request for the legislation. The legislature goes back into session on January 8th. I already reached out to our representative and senator, the city of Avon, the city of Wilmer. There's several cities that passed a ballot question, and so we're going to try to get those together and get a bill introduced early in the session. But, you know, we're The earliest we could possibly have it go into effect would be July 1st, but it requires 90 days' notice to the Department of Revenue. So that means we'd have to have it to the Department of Revenue by April 1st, and that's kind of iffy. We don't know if it'll get through the legislature that fast. So we're looking at probably a September 1st time frame when we would be able to start collecting it. But what this resolution here is just to simply authorize the request for legislation. It's Resolution 2018-103.
Questions? Comments? Do I have a motion to approve Resolution 2018-103 authorizing request for legislation?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Dave, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Heidi. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, 5 in favor, none against. 7M, approve pay request number 6, Brightbach.
This is pay application number 6. We received it from Brightbach for the 2018 Capital Improvement Project. This was an original $3.2 million project, and of course, it goes over 2 years. The amount or value completed to date is $1.6 million, so that kind of gives you, we're about halfway, maybe a little over halfway done with that project. The amount due on this pay request is $143,355.01.
Questions? Comments? Do I have a motion to approve pay request number 6 for 2018 capital improvement project?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Diane, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Dave. Last minute questions? Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, 5 in favor, none against. 7N, approve change order number 2, 2018 project.
You have change order number 2 in full in your packet to read. It's for $7,868.95. This includes a change in the style of compression fittings used on the water lines and also additional costs for replacement of the heated sidewalk that was on the north side of the hospital. So we're looking to approve change order number 2 for the 2018 project for $7,868.95.
Comments? Questions?
The cost of compression style fittings, that'll all be PUC cost?
Right, it will be. It'll be included in the part that the PUC reimburses us for.
Okay, and that was one of the questions I was going to ask. The other question is on the heated sidewalk. I understand, I know the property is still owned by the city, and it's more than likely our cost, but, if someone has a fancy sidewalk or whatever in a construction project, we usually don't pay for it, for replacement of it. So I was just wondering if
I think liability in a situation like that around the hospital kind
I
of
think that's,
takes precedence over,
if we don't want to pay for it, it's our sidewalk, we're still
Yeah.
paying for it, aren't we?
right,
Yeah.
well, that's just it, it was just one of the, if it wasn't our side, if we didn't own the property and it got tore out, would we be replacing it? Probably not.
Well,
Yeah,
if
we
we
left it up
didn't
to the
own,
property
if
owner
we
to put
didn't
it
own
back
the
in.
property,
Right.
yeah, I,
If it was a normal homeowner that heated sidewalk and we tore it out, we'd put it back as the way we wanted it, not the way they did unless they paid the difference.
true.
probably,
So
yeah.
I'm just kind of sitting, okay, since it's our property, you see the comparison of kind of
Yeah.
where I'm thinking
Yep.
on that? But it's our property, so. Any other comments or questions? Do we have a motion to approve the change order number 2 for the 2018 capital improvement project?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Dave, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Heidi. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, 5 in favor, none against. 7O, approve tax increment financing payment.
The city currently has a tax increment financing agreement with Sauk Center Opportunities for land acquisition for the Talk Inc. wind turbine project in the industrial park. Payment number 6 is due in the amount of $12,299.32, which represents 95% of the tax increment collected on the parcel in 2018. The contract is open for 3 more years of payments or until a total of $95,000 has been paid. To date, including this payment, $56,735.98 has been paid. So what we're looking for tonight is to approve tax increment payment to Sauk Center Opportunities for $12,299.32.
Comments? Do I have a motion to approve the tax increment payment to Sauk Center Opportunities?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Dave, do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Keith. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. 7P, approve resolution 2018-104, authorizing installation of traffic control sign.
So the police and fire department have responded to several incidences over the last few years at the intersection of 2nd Street South and Ferry Lake Road. It's been noted that people are saying when they're traveling east, so they're coming down the hill on 2nd Street, the stop sign at Ferry Lake Road sneaks up on them. They don't expect to see it there. So we're recommending that a stop-ahead sign be placed west of that intersection so people coming up on it can see that it's there. And also the Public Works is going to look and maybe trim back a few trees on that. We did reach out to the county since it's stopping on a county road, if they could cover that cost, but it looks like it's going to be our cost. So we are asking to approve Resolution 2018-104, authorizing the installation of a stop-ahead sign.
With such a short distance to travel from Beltline to Sinclair Lewis, or not Sinclair Lewis, Ferry Lake Road, where do they recommend putting that?
Yeah.
They usually have them back 100 to 200 feet from the stop sign
So
prior
before
to
you
it.
even get to the top of the hill, you'll be seeing that
Well,
sign.
you'd be kind of like coming over the top by the time you saw the
Just over
sign.
the top.
Yeah, it is a tight area.
It will eliminate all excuses.
Yeah.
So do I have a motion to approve resolution 2018-104, authorizing the installation of a stop-ahead sign?
So moved.
Motion by Dave,
I'll second.
second by Diane. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. Unfinished,
Will that be put in this year yet?
Pardon me?
Will that be put in this year yet?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Warren.
no, that's fine. Unfinished business, 2018 capital improvement project.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. For the North 2018 CIP project, as you know, Phase 1 has been completed. The only thing left on Phase 1 is the final wear course of pavement, which will be done next spring. As you can probably see from up there, but Ilgen has been working on the pond construction on the golf course. They're roughly at about 50% completion. He has still some to do on the Main Street pond on the south side, but the Lakeshore Pond has mostly been completed for excavation purposes. The restoration, he'll kind of wait till next spring to do that. Once things thaw out, he'll respread topsoil and do the seeding at that time. For the alley easements on that project, there's 2 remaining out of the 16 that we're still working with on getting those. They've both now stated they're willing to sign after just some items we needed to work through for clarification purposes. And then for the Getty Street project, for an update on that, the only remaining work there was final wear course payment as well, which will be done next spring. Except some grading and restoration on the motel driveway, which we're still waiting on direction from them during that appeal process on which direction they want to go with grass or kind of retaining wall option, so.
Okay. Questions? Comments? Thank you, Chuck.
Yep.
Now brings us to our consent agenda. We'll have one item, schedule of claims of unpaid claims of $291,695. Do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Heidi.
Second.
Second by Dave. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5 in favor, none against. We have no informational items, but we do have a closed session, so we will adjourn the meeting after we come back from that closed session. Everyone will be asked to leave now, so we can have that.
And I am asking the city engineer just to be in here just for the first part of it, to kind of talk about options, and then he'll have to leave as well.
Okay. We reconvene our council meeting after being in closed session, discussing the litigation strategy for an assessment appeal. We have directed staff the proper direction to go with that. I think that's basically all we can say, and do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
I have a motion by Heidi, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Second by Keith. Call the question, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, 5 in favor, none against. Meeting adjourned.